Buenos días, bonjour, tudo bem? Bem-vindos do Huawei Campus 2026. So it's our great honor to host his dedicated customers from Latin America. So it's a very long trip. Many of our customers is planning more than 30 hours to participate in this event. But I do believe, through this event, all of us will have an unforgettable memories. So at the beginning of the speech, our Public Cloud CEO, Peter Zhu, and also Huawei Latam President Daniel Zhu, has shared the global cloud strategy, and also, Huawei, our company in Latam. For us, I will share Huawei Cloud strategy in Latin America, and also how can we serve our customers and the partners better. So here just our President Peter Daniel had already shared the progress of the cloud business in Latin America. Here I just want to emphasize, last year we achieved 50%, 55% of annual growth, which is we are the highest growth among the hyperscalers in the Latin America, compare us as you go. At the same time, we are also the highest growth ratio among Huawei Cloud globally. So this is the efforts, the trust, based on our customers and the partners. Besides the rapid growth sector, our products is also well recognized by the Gartner IDC reports. So you can see here, based on the Gartner strategic, insights of the customers' feedback about the cloud service, we are ranking the number one. And in the public sector, our size of the business is ranking number two. Of course, we are still a little behind of the actual, but we have the competence to just catch up. And from the infrastructure and the service perspective, we are ranked number three in the market share. There's a Chinese old saying, inventory is the 独行快，重行远. It means, your traveling alone goes fast, but traveling together, we go far. So here I see many of those, customers is sitting, in this events. And also, I see many of the workers there, right? We have in Brazil, we have Econ, several data Mexico, we have Salinas Group, and also Colombia, Iraqi, Claro, many of our customer logos is here. So, I really appreciate your efforts. So let's give ourselves a round of applause, right? Besides the customers, actually we are very focused on to build a local ecosystem, right? Flood is not only Huawei, but we also need a very strong alliance in the region. You can see here, all the more partners actually, we share the drops, we share the success, last year. Being in the carrier partner perspective, Mexico, Telmex in Mexico, the business grow 10 times. In Brazil, the business grow 2 times. Argentina Movistar is ranking number one in the globally for the carrier resale business. Peru, Claro, we are also doing quite well. Argentina Telecom, we are fast grow. Besides of the carrier partners, we are also focused on the system integrator, for example, T-System in Mexico, Step in Brazil, right? Also we have is a CEDO, which is the last stop of SAP partners in the Latin America. Argentina Vista is Kiski, the Brazil Amo is the last of the SAP partners. I think I always say the cloud is not for sale. We are not to sell our customer the cloud service, which means we are dedicated to provide the service technology to facilitate our customers to move their flows to the cloud, help our customers to realize the digitalization. So last year we take a lot of efforts try to improve our customer satisfaction. So we can see the numbers on the right side. So globally, from the customer satisfaction perspective, we are globally is 88.2 scores. But in LATAM, we are breaking the heights of the customer satisfaction with 92. Of course, we are are higher than hyperscapes, which are our customers using the for service. They are doing the configurations. Another figures is because of MKS. What MKS means, which means if you are using a particular cloud service, do you really to recommend this service to your friends or to your business partners? So basically, you have a lot that be at the number is 83.4%, which means 83.4% of LATAM customers, once they are using popular service, they are willing to recommend us. I think that is the fundamental thing to drive our blood business through. So of course we can see better of those your customer voice, right? We are seeing we are very dedicated, the courseless ready to provide the support. And we are being customer centric, place house business as the center. Of course, some of those customers eventually we have to optimize the cost. And by doing this, last year, we had doing a lot of localization efforts. So you can see the numbers here. Our local employee has increased from 50% to 60%. And even we have 40% of a Chinese employee. But we need to look aware, we have 50% of our Chinese employee. They can speak, Spanish and Portuguese. And we continuously to improve that. So you guys, you got a lot of our Chinese, staffs. They are really speak very good Spanish and Portuguese. So that is our, from the human resource perspective, we really want to build a very powerful local team to support our customers' business. So if we talk about for the trend of what happens in Latin America in terms of digitalization, also for the AI, I think now we have two trends. Most of our customers actually is on the middle of the digitalization or the cloud adoptions. So in the Latin America, average of the cloud adoption still is around 30 to 40%, which means our customers see you still need to take care of your on-premise workloads. At the same time, you are trying to open the cloud. But we can see there's a good thing is AI. A lot of innovative use case is coming. But also the bad thing is, our customer need to hire a very comprehensive environment. The first challenge is to how to smoothly to migrating from on-premise to the cloud. The second challenge is to fast to adopt the AI technology to empower your productivity or improve your efficiencies. When we talk about for the digitalization, right? Most of our customers, you will first select one cloud to do the MVPs to start the cloud adoptions. But when you are start the basic migration to the cloud, we can see the figures, right? So 88% of the tech customers actually is adopting a more cloud environment. So this is what happens in the AI area is the same. So basically, we build our AI applications, right? So generally, we are adopting the agentic AI to orchestrate the multi-modules. But inside the multi-modules, right? These multi-modules, we have the tokens, we have the open source modules, we have the AI modules from United States, and we also have the AI modules from the China, the Eastern world. So we can see, although we have the change, but we believe the multi-cloud and the multi-model become the basic consensus. So therefore, then the slogan we are creating in the region. We want to be the first choice of a multi-class or multi-model for product customers. And we have 5 key value propositions, which Daniel too has just mentioned. We have the full stack AI to solve the industry challenge. Second, we are being to provide the best breed of hybrid cloud for the industry. The third, and also is very, we are very proud of that. For the past 3 years, actually, Huawei Cloud has already, selected by the industry leaders in North America. For banks, right, in public sector, database, several basic volumes, right? And also we have the internet companies, DD, Huawei, and also Iraqi. Although repair, we have the SMUs. So that point is very, very important because although previously when they talk about what cloud, we do have a very, massive deployment in our, domestic market. But our customers here is think about it. Does it adapt it to the North American market or not? But through the past 2 years efforts, we prove we really can serve those, industry leaders, in a good manner. The first one is, we are able to provide our most reliable, compliance event. The last one, of course, is zero dispute support. Then I get elaborate more details from each aspects. First, we will talk about to the full stack AI having orange to solve industry challenges. So generally, we are able to provide 3 layers of technologies. The first one is for the computing infrastructure. But we need to aware, okay, for the industry, from my point of view, NVIDIA, where, are forcing, maybe in the past 3 years, NVIDIA is to dominate the GPU, those market, other guys. But we need to consider it. Now we have the multi modules, right? And also not only Huawei, even Amazon, a lot of those Googles, they are also Huawei is producing assets. And Google is producing your GPU, which means in the next 4 years, the AI computing resource must be diversity, right? So probably we have a very good position to provide a diversity AI computing power. We have the front chipset hardwares, and our assets actually we have the big already becomes the number 1 market share in China market. And also last year we already have around more than 30 projects implemented in North America with our assets hardware. So this is because AI computing infra layer. The second layer, we are able to provide the modules as a service by our products, which we call the model house, providing the model trading inference platform, and thanks to the first developing of modules in China, right? If you see the figure face, you see the open source model ranking for the top 10. 9 of the top 10 is from China. And the most interesting thing is those open source modules actually is developing bondable advanced, which is the United States. Those modules is very difficult to catch up. So Huawei, right, based on our diversity of AI power, we have our models. So you provide this model as a service either in a dedicated deployment or with a token service. On top of that, we see last year we actually is from the modules turned to the agent. So Huawei we have our agent platform, which is Agent House. Agent House is we facilitate our customers to build agentic applications for each of those industries. Besides of those general Agent House platform, Huawei, we are also thinking two of those dedicated agents is very, very important. The first one is for the porting, right? So based on our 30 years R&D experience, now we are launching our we call the code apps in our domestic market. Okay, I think once that service launching, a lot of customers actually is using. Okay, developing is using, and this code apps we are plan to launch. By the second half of this year, will be ready for a lot of customers. The second, agency we call the data arts. That is the agent to specifically for the data analytics. So with this three layer of our AI full stack technologies, we have the confidence to support those our different industries, automotive, down in the banks, and we seek to be commit to help our customers to solve you challenge. Second week, I will talk about for the cloud, right? So during the cloud shortage, for example, even the kick it out, for example, right? It takes years. So which means, of course, when you move your application to the cloud, you will take the advantage of the public cloud. But at the same time, actually, you need to, we call the matching the methodology to manage also of your off-premise and the cloud environments. Then the two kind of hybrid environment will last, for years, okay? 3 to 5 years. So which means hybrid cloud will be really a long period of those your IT environments. So public cloud actually we are able to provide the best breed of the hybrid cloud solution, which allow us to deploy our full stack of those advanced cloud service on your data center. And the good thing is, actually, we are charging you as a cloud service model, okay? We are not charging you as a capex or those things, okay? We are still putting full stack, but we charge based on your consumptions. So that solution we call the full stack, we call the full stack dedicated cloud. Actually, is widely adopted in Brazil, Mexico, and also your market. Next sector data break, right? And also SCP in Mexico. More and more customers is favorite to have your own, we call that your own public cloud on your data center. As one is in terms of the delays, right? Of course, we for the cloud service, I always see, we have hundreds of services. We need to, synchronize to common solutions. So that is our solution, offerings to our customer. We call the 1+3. Okay, one thing which means cloud foundation. So when we talk about for the cloud foundation, we are not talking about for the is a computer resource or storage. Okay, which means we can imagine if a bank or government, right, they want to migration the issue critical application to the cloud. That cloud is not only we are talking about for the products. We also need to have a very secure, a reliable those environment. So this cloud foundation solution, includes, for example, landing zones, allow you to for the different apartments to adopting the different rights to using the clouds. And also we provide the cross cloud networks, which means we are able to build the network connection from your on-premise to the cloud environment to allow you have the consistent operation experience. The third, of course, disaster recovery in the backup, and also behind the security solutions and all for the operations. On top of that, right, we provide the application modernization. Okay, in the general methodology of the application modernization, we have the 7R. Okay, of course, rehost, replatform, architecture, repair, repurchase, and recollection. But we focus on the solution, for the replatform, and re-architecture. What it means of reforce, right? It's a big migration to the cloud, so we just host existing application to the cloud. What it means is the re-platform, right? Because on your on-premise environment, you have a lot of Microsoft server database, those kind of commercial middleware that cost a lot, much higher than your infrastructure service. So we can have our customer to do the re-platform of your operating system database to the cloud native middleware to reduce your cost. Re-architecture, which means from the virtual machine to the container to the Mac service. This is what we talk about for the application modernization. In the middle of the solution is AI. I already elaborated your full stack from the AI computing power, order as a service, and the data engineering as as well as the agentic AI platform. The last one is for the big data, right? It's to help our customer to ask on this the value of the data. So let's have a share the role from the solution perspective. We ever share the pioneers or the reference of those solution adoptions in Latin America. First one, of course, is Itaú, right? So Itaú is started the cloud is a pioneer for the cloud adoption. They started the cloud adoption 5 years ago. So in the 2024, we are Japanese like as the second cloud provider. Okay, that during the last and I would like to see it's a tough choice. Okay, because we thought they really have a very high standard of reliability securities. So we take around 18 months to complete all those cloud foundations. You can see here, we implement more than 1/3 and the security rules. All those cloud provisioning is 100% of automation. And most important thing, we have to conduct a lot of training certifications. If you see, now they have 40 CCOE or Huawei Cloud CCOE team members. They are very familiar with our services. So now we are stepwise to migrating the modules from the VMware to the cloud. I still remember, by last year, September, for the first patch of the migration, the migration we can probably migrate around 2 or 4 virtual machines, at one night. But guys, just in February, okay, I think just 2 weeks ago, Itaú, they are using our tools, okay, all those migration is done by Itaú. They are migrating 100 plus virtual machines at one shot. So we have the confidence to complete this project by end of this year. Second, we are put about settle, right? Because last year, for Brazil, they have a huge tax reform policies that affect different tax. We unified into 2 kind of tax policies. So we are together with Sepro to support that kind of tax reform. So after that, I'd like to highlight all the tax core application is a cloud native application because you can imagine every people when you want to the first day to report the tax or the last day for the tax report, the traffic is huge, is booming. So the performance of a database is very, very critical for this area. So separately have done a lot of testing, compare with Huawei and other hyperscale database. So our database performance is 6 times compared to our competitors. And also we have doing the container modernization. At the same time, we build our full stack, Huawei stack are separate data center, okay, with 2 availability zones to guarantee the availability and the high reliability. Of course, Databricks, right? We started the cooperation with Databricks around 3 years ago. The last year, as maybe Brazil and also NATAC customer be aware, right? Brazil government, they have a very ambitious AI strategy planning. They call that PPI, okay, is willing to spending nearly billions of dollars to build its AI infrastructure to empower the AI system in Brazil. So last year, we have explored to build the Huawei AI assets, computer resource in Databricks. So last year, by December last year, we built 40P plus. Okay, I think currently is the last of the AI, computing resource power in both Brazil and also Latin America sector. Delivery, it's a logistic company. Previously, they have their data lake. They are using Amazon, ISO, the Google 3 data lake in 3 different hyperscales. So we have them to migrating from the data warehouse from Amazon, Google, and ISO, okay, to consolidate it to Huawei, data lake. So this project, of course, from the customer perspective, we have that to reduce also a lot. It's around 40%. But for us, it's also very important. It proves we have the capability to migrate in the data warehouse from any of those hyperscales cloud to Huawei. So after we share our solutions, I also want to talk about for the stable operation. I think last year we had in the region we have many incidents, right? I have when I met some of those customers, they are too busy market, right? My 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 co-application is shut down by 12 hours. It's unbelievable, right? Because in the last year, I remember there's two very critical incidents for Amazon. Okay, each of them is shut down for 12 hours. Azure, they have the global incidents. For Huawei, we have the best records, okay? Because once you have incidents, every hyperscaler to give the public notice. So all those information is public. So Huawei Cloud, we remains 961 days, which is zero incidents, okay? So which proof we are able to provide a very stable cloud for our customers in North America. So at the same time, we be doing business in Latin America, right? We are not only for cloud, we also have our, telco service, headset service. So we are very, focused on the complex and also the certifications. So as you can see, not only for the worldwide, standards, but we have, for example, in Brazil, we have LGPE complex. We compliance with the CNN, DC, ECP CAT. Mexico, we compliance with for the financial, we compliance with the ZBV, Chile, Peru, and Argentina. So that enables us to provide a very reliable, robust, complex, and secure cloud infrastructure. Last I will talk about for the whole service. So Huawei Cloud, we have 5 regions in 5 countries. Of course, in Mexico, Brazil, Peru, Chile, and Argentina. Which compared to the hyperscalers, we have the most of our data centers in Latin America. So which is allow us to provide a very low latency cloud service. So each of those countries actually our latency is less than 20 milliseconds, which is able to provide our customer a much better user experience. Regarding for the customer, you support your sex for your P2 support. Actually, you can see here we have a dedicated Latin support center. Now it's located in Argentina, which means every ticket you submit, we do need to wait for the China to wake up, or if we have the local support team to give the fast response of those your traffic tickets. And those are the figures actually you can find in each hyperscale's websites. Okay, so for example, if you have the core production system not available, Huawei is 50 minutes, okay? I think address for Huawei is terrible. And for the production system not available, our resolution pack is 30 minutes with shortest of among the hyperscales. Production system expectation expectation. So those are the things exactly every vendor is published in the websites. We are really doing a very good job to support our customers in any kind of asset or uh, accidents. Last and what the least, right? We really, public cloud, we really have a very ambitious, you know, in North America region. We want to be the first choice of a money cloud for Latin Americas. Supported by the five key pillars of value proposition. First one, full stack AI resolve industry challenge. Second one, best breed of hybrid cloud solution. Third one, our technology and service has proven by the industry leaders in Latin America. The fourth one, we have the best of those reliable and the compliance, and not stopping your cloud infrastructure. Last one, we have the zero instant service to support you wherever you need us. Ok, muchas gracias. Habilitado.